Welcome back to A Nerd, a Teacher, and a Hockey Player, a relevant yet irreverent look at technology, business, and life, Wichita, or wherever you may be. I'm Paul, I'm the nerd.
I'm Kimber, and I'm the teacher.
And I'm Jeff, I'm the hockey player.
So, Kimber, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about the title, A Nerd, a Teacher, and a Hockey Player Walk Into Your House. What's techie in your house? What needs to be a techie? And what do you really just need to stay away from?
Stay away from.
Since Jeff's the non-techie one of the group, I want to hear what Jeff's technology at home looks like.
I mean, I'm know enough to change my Wi-Fi passwords and things like that. Okay. The thing that I've noticed, I use plugged in devices and online Internet of Things devices all the time. I guess the thing that for me that I have become keenly aware of is that in most situations today, you're automatically opted in. You have to opt out, right?
Right.
And I've had several situations that won't be named that I didn't know we were opted in, and
or where data might have been collected.
Exactly, and that's the point.
Okay. But on the lighter side of things, what is your favorite technology at home?
Oh my goodness. Favorite technology at home, honestly, I think is probably my camera system and my garage door. That's all connected,
right?
So that I don't. People don't know where I live. I don't have the security system armed because I got cameras that can kind of alert you and tell you what you want to know. So today, I don't pay a monthly alarm fee for having my alarm turned on. I just have my cameras all tuned and set up and telling me what I need to know. So,
and can you flip to your phone and see what's going on at the house right now?
That I can.
Yeah, that's the best feature.
I love it. I love it. And I also have to, while I'm at it, there's one other thing that I connected recently that has been kind of life changing, and that is I got an online sprinkler system controller.
Ooh, cool.
Cool. It checks your weather. And you can set certain limits, like if it's too windy or if you've had rain, and it'll go ahead and cancel the sprinkler for you. So I'm using well water, so I'm not necessarily saving money doing it, but you certainly don't feel like a schmuck after you've gotten what we get a couple of weeks ago, 7 inches of rain in a week, and then I wake up and my neighbor's got a sprinkler system on the next morning.
So does it tell you if sprinklers are running and they shouldn't be? When we turned ours on, mm-hmm. We don't have a Wi-Fi enabled sprinkler controller. When we turned ours on this year, as we started running through the cycles, zone 3 stayed on.
Oops.
And stayed on.
Oops.
And stayed on. And when I turned the controller off, zone 3 stayed on.
Uh-oh.
And on and on. So the only way I could turn it off was to shut the water off too.
Yeah.
So does your Wi-Fi thing say, oh shit, it's not supposed to be running? Sorry about that. It's not supposed to be running right now, but it is.
Exactly. It'll tell you when it's running. I get an alert when it starts, and I get an alert when it stops.
Cool.
So it automatically, and I also get an alert when it says that it I've skipped it because of we've had rain in the forecast. If there is rain in the forecast, it'll cancel it, and if there's been rain. And then the other thing that it does is wind, and in Kansas the wind blows, and so if the wind's over, and you get to set those thresholds. So that if the wind's over a certain amount, you can say, skip the water. Probably the other neat thing about that is, how you're trying to test your heads and make sure, like when you first turn on your sprinklers in the spring and you're checking to make sure everything works. Well, rather than running back and forth and back and forth and back and forth to the controller, you sit out by the sprinkler out of the way of the water and you just turn it on.
With a beer?
With a beer.
Yeah.
And then you turn it on and it's sprinkling and you go, all right, cool, that one's good. And then you look and you hit the next one, you go, all right, that looks good. So you just zone by zone by zone. You can check them without running your ass off back and forth to the. I'm going to need some change, Kimber.
No, you're going to keep swearing. It's fine.
Your damn skin ain't going to freaking keep cursing.
Here's 50 cents.
So Kimber, while Jeff makes a deposit, what's your favorite technology at home?
I have no technology at home. I've got the internet, and so I can do work. We have the TV that's got the internet on it. We've got a PlayStation, and
so no smart thermostat.
Nope.
No smart TV.
Yeah.
Okay, but no home automation, fun technology kind of stuff.
Nope.
And why?
I don't need it.
Okay.
I can't think of any, like, I think tech should work for me. I don't have a giant yard that I couldn't get over to turn the sprinkler off because I don't water my yard, like I don't need that. I know if my garage door is closed because my garage isn't attached to my house. So if it's not closed, because I live in an older neighborhood, the garage was later. If it's not closed, they're not getting into my house. It's fine.
That's true. Yeah.
I have motion detector lights on my driveway.
There you go.
That's pretty high tech, right? That's pretty high tech.
But they don't tell you on your phone that they've turned on.
No.
They just kind of go, bink.
Yeah, they just come on.
Okay.
if it's light.
It's amazing. There's light outside.
What about you, Paul?
More than you.
Right?
More than
I
you.
figured you probably did. And this is interesting from the guy who takes manual notes on paper and pen, right?
Well, because I have two things, and they're really focused around two main things, and they're really focused around convenience and for lack of a better term, quality of life. Mm-hmm. We have a real simple home automation system from Lutron, the people who make light switches and stuff, that will allow certain lights on the house, in the house, or on the house, in the house, to come on at certain times of day.
Yep.
Because I don't like stumbling around in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
So every afternoon, 30 minutes before sundown, the light in the foyer comes on. It's just a table lamp. It just comes on. And it goes off at 1 o'clock in the morning. So you never come into a dark house. It also goes on at 5:30 in the morning, which is the same time I wake up. So as I'm stumbling down the hall, it's not in the dark, and I'm not trying to find a light switch or turn it on. It's just always on. We've got other lights throughout the house that come on at different times of day, depending on what we're doing or what part of the house we're in. So the basement where we watch TV, the light down there comes on. It's just, again, another table lamp, but it comes on at 7:30 at night before we go downstairs into a dark basement.
Right.
And then it goes off at 10 o'clock at night. So we just head upstairs and figure the light will sort itself out. And it does. And it does. And that whole set at Lowe's or someplace is like $150
they're
or something.
reasonable.
It's dirt cheap.
Wow.
It replaces the old school timers that mom and dad used to have when you went on vacation. And it just runs by my iPhone.
No.
And you can preset scenes and stuff like that, or you can just simply say, hey, Siri, turn on the light in the master bedroom, and the light comes on.
To do that, you'll need to turn off airplane mode.
Uh-oh.
You said, Siri, you
Hush.
just said, hey, Siri. She caught it. We're all like,
Hush.
who the hell is that?
Okay, well, she's supposed to be in airplane mode, and she's supposed to be ignoring me.
She's in airplane mode.
She just told you
if
so.
she wants to do that, turn it off.
I got scolded by my phone. The other thing we like,
Technology.
and post-COVID, I've really gotten into cooking. I do the majority of the cooking in the house. And one of the things we added to the house is the Apple HomePod. It's a tennis ball sized thing that lives in our kitchen. And we can have it play music from my playlist while I'm cooking. And then I can just simply say, hey, S-I-R-I. Set a carrot timer for 15 minutes. And then I can turn right around and say, hey, S-I-R-I. Set a potato timer for 35 minutes. Set a rice timer for 12 minutes. Yep. And she will stack all of those timers. So when one goes off, she goes, ding, ding, rice timer.
Okay.
Ding, ding,
So you know
rice
what it's for.
timer.
Nice.
So for those of you that might cook, something like that really gave me the ability to not have to figure out where the timer is and figure out what time I'm supposed to turn this over or what time I'm supposed to do this, because she'll let me stack half a dozen different timers for different things I want to do.
No more clap on, clap off?
No more clap on, clap off.
Remember those? You do remember those,
I
right?
do. I remember the as seen on TV commercials
Right.
for those.
Yeah, you were probably 4.
I was 4 at one time. I don't know when those came out. I don't want to hurt
But
your
yeah.
feelings.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks. You didn't.
So I think the key learning from all of this is there's all kinds of different technology you can use in your house. It's a matter of, like Jeff said, making sure you opt in or opt out of whatever kind of data collection, or make sure you've got the features turned on you really want turned on. I mean, God forbid they come out with a smart shower head that's telling me my shower's too hot or too cold, or how long of a shower I took.
Start your
or,
shower early.
yeah,
You just get
all
the
of that.
water
I mean,
warmed up.
Yeah, so make sure you opt in or opt out of whatever data collection you want.
That's the key.
Make sure you've got it secured by changing your Wi-Fi password, and make sure you really have a use for that technology, and it's not just the hottest, fastest, coolest looking thing. So, Kimber, do some shopping. There's some technology out there for your home that can improve your life, and not be too scary.
Okay, I'll report back.
Hey, and if you want any information on that automated sprinkler controller, let me know. It's
All right.
pretty cool.
Cool. Thanks for joining us tonight. This has been a nerd, a teacher, and a hockey player. We'll see you next time.